Okay, welcome today to our very first video on our new channel, Everyday Christian Living. Now, we do have another channel, and I'll tell you about that in a moment. But what better way today to introduce you to this channel with us getting out in this terrible snow, what was it, Fern, I think is what this winter storm was, that hit us here almost everywhere in the United States. Well, quite a bit of the United States. So we have actually been snowed in or iced in. Now, we live in Kentucky, and my wife, that's her driving, and my daughter's at home. But we live in Kentucky, and our part of Kentucky, we got around probably 4 to 6 inches of snow. Then we got freezing rain and an icing. Then we got a little bit more snow on top of that, and it made for terrible, terrible conditions. So here in a minute, what you're going to see is you're going to see us for the first time this morning getting out on our side road. And it's terrible driving, but before we got in the vehicle, we said a prayer that God would just keep his hand upon us. And then when we started out, we said a prayer. And so, of course, there's some big dips and hills, and there's a big drop off. And so, I mean, it was very slick on here, and this is what you're going to see in a few moments. But we actually had to get out today. We have been iced in or snowed in, however you want to phrase it, for a week. And we have not been able to leave. No one has been on our road. Maybe 1 or 2 vehicles occasionally, but actually I have never saw one on the road since this has been going on. And but basically it is still ice after a week, because a lot of times on these back roads, they don't get touched a lot of times. And there's a lot of shade, so it stays covered. But as I said, today we absolutely, it was a necessity to get out today, so we had to try to get out, and then of course hopefully to be able to go to work this week as well. But you can sort of tell if you meet anyone on this road, it's a very bad situation because there's nowhere to go. And we was slip sliding driving this highway. But I'll show you that in a moment. But let me say, on this channel, we do have another channel, Wings as Eagles Ministry. We'll put a link to that in the description box. But that's where we do more teaching and preaching on the Word of God, singing, these type of things. But on this channel, a lot of times people talk about, well, what do you do as a Christian? Can I make it as a Christian? Can I enjoy life as a Christian? Well, we're going to post some videos on this channel occasionally of where we might go out. It might be 1 or 2 videos a month, but maybe where we go out on a vacation, maybe where we go out to a restaurant, or like today where we're braving the winter weather, and we'll just let you feel like you're part of our family. So we do plan on starting a podcast on Spotify, and those podcasts will be put in a playlist on this channel. And it will be more along the lines of this channel, where we will be sort of teaching about everyday Christian lessons that might help you. So stay tuned for that as well. So we've got a lot going on, but today we're actually on a parkway now. And the parkway, I don't know if you can tell that good by the way we're driving here, but you'll see a lot of vehicles passing on the other side. The parkway is in pretty good shape now. This is the parkway here in South Central Kentucky. But the regular highways, they're in about 70-30. They're in pretty good shape. But the side roads, and like the one we live on, I don't even know if I'd call it 1090. It might be 595. But I will say this, my wife is a good driver. So she's the one driving. Was it nerve-wracking for you this morning?
Yes.
She said it's the slickest she's ever seen, and it's definitely the slickest I've ever seen. But she handles pressure a little bit better than I do, so I thought, well, I'll just video her driving. So take a look at this weather, look at our road, and we hope you enjoy everyday Christian living. What we want you to do, though, before you see this, hit the subscribe button. Thank you. Now enjoy. As you can see, it's kind of cold. Today the wind chill is right at 0, and actually a while ago it was 1 below. But sometimes there's just circumstances in which you have to get out, and we have been snowed and iced in all week. So today we are praying that God will help us, and we're going to try to have a safe trip getting out. Once we get off these back roads, we're hoping the roads will be better, but you can travel with us. All Parkway. We're off our road and we're onto the Parkway, and the Parkway is really in good shape. Now I know that they was in bad shape the other day. They was closed down. Then for a day or so, they was like one lane only. But today they are in good shape. But the side roads are still terrible. But I will say this also. I didn't say this a while ago, but where we live, I know down south, like in Tennessee, Nashville, they got hit really with a lot of ice on trees, power outages, and those type things. And we can all say a prayer for those people. And I'm thankful that, you know, we didn't get hit that hard as far as the ice part, you know, knocking out power here locally. But ours was on, you know, we did have problems on the highways and the back roads, as you see that we're still experiencing. So we're going to try to pick up what we need to do, and then we'll head home, and you'll see us going on our road again here in just a few moments, and hopefully God will get us back safely. Well, we've got our stuff done. Now we're heading back home. We're actually almost to our road. Got me a little coffee today as it's very cold out, and that's one reason why a lot of this is not leaving. A lot of times if we would get a snow, you know, we could have a pretty good little amount of snow, but in a couple of days it'd be gone. But the way our weather is right now, as cold as it is, it's not going anywhere. The wind chill right now, as a matter of fact, is 0. It just hit 0 just a few moments ago. So, and it's been below 0 some today. So, you know, a lot of the stuff that falls is not melting. And you got to watch out, you know, because everybody doesn't drive sensible. There's some people that speeds and looks off the road and these type of things. So, you know, you really just have to pray God takes care of you and brings you back home safely. So we're getting ready to turn on our road here in just a moment, and we'll let you follow us. I'm not going to do the whole road, but we actually have about 2.5 miles we have to drive like this. Now when we get home, we're not going to be able to pull up close to our house. So what we're actually going to have to do is park way away from the drive, because you couldn't get up the little hill and walk to our house. But this is, again, we're going to be getting on our road. So Lord help us get there safely. Watch. Still the one driving, so she's really good at this. Hopefully everybody else on this road's driving good too. Thank the Lord, he helped us get home, and we got home safe. And so now we get the pleasure. Here's my wife, she's trying to bundle up. Again, it's 0 degrees wind chill, and we get to pack all of our stuff in. But again, God helped us, and we hope you enjoy this first video of everyday Christian living. And we're trying to brave the storm of Fern. So make sure you subscribe if you're new here, and we'll catch you on the next one.